Hi there, I'm Justina Williams, the team owner of EXCELR8, and I'm here today to give you an exclusive tour of our BTCC garages. So this is one of our driver Jack Patel's toolbox, rather large with lots of tools to be able to look after cars over the weekend, make sure we can do as many adjustments as possible. And then we have this pretty massive and heavy wheel gun, which we use, which is draper tools, which gets the wheels on and off the cars for us. And then a massive TV so the guys and the girls can watch while we have all the racing going on and qualifying. And then of course we have our cars. This is the first one, which is Jack Patel's. Really smart looking car, this one. And then we've got gas bottles, which we use to lift the cars on and off the ground. And yeah, we use these a lot on a race weekend. And then this section is for the data engineers, where they stand here and they've got their laptops and they're looking at the timings and trying to encourage the drivers what they're doing well at and things they could improve on so they can get a better result. So this drains the car of fuel for a specific amount, and then we can then add in a specific amount of fuel so we know how much has gone back in. That's really handy to know because you don't want to run out of fuel. I don't know if you can see in here, but we've got imprinted EXCELR8 into the bodywork of the car. And then they come along to here, and we have the engine bay, which is a very important part of the car, and it's actually our own engine now. It's a Hyundai. So you may have noticed that the car got loads of stickers on them, and we also have them all on the walls. And these are our team sponsors, so like Bristol Street Motors and all these other companies here. If it wasn't for them, this racing wouldn't be able to happen, because this racing does cost a lot of money. So thanks to all these guys and Bristol Street Motors and all these companies here, we're able to go racing in touring cars. We're now in our tyre bay, where all the race tyres come to be cleaned and checked for punctures or any damage, and then they go back on the car. Some of them will be new and some have been used in free practice, but we'll always have lots of new sets of tyres on a race weekend. So these tyres here are slick, what we call slick tyres. So we use them when it's dry and like a day like today in the sun when we have no rain at all. So also, if you know, we've got these marks here, sort of indents, but it's like a tread indicator. So you know once you've gone past those, then there's not that much tread left on the tyre, and therefore you wouldn't want to be using it past that point. And then we have these, which are our wet tyres, which we use when it's raining. But if you notice, these are got little grooves in them, and that's because they are directional. They need to be on the car in the right direction to allow the water to come out from the sides. So hi Tom, you've done really well today.
Yeah, it's been a fantastic day. Yeah, we've got a great start. Went up 4 places by turn 1. So it's all to play for, very exciting, yeah.
Oh, fantastic, really pleased. So do you want to talk a little bit about your car?
This is my new shiny race car, and isn't it shiny? It's lovely.
It is.
I love all the attention to detail on it. I love all the graphics, all these like little mini shields are quite 3D effects. This is my helmet up here. Very important because it has to look after my head. It's very, very strong. There's a new spray job on the helmet, got some new stickers on it. And actually, there's a little story here because we just got this redesigned so it looks more 3D. I had a couple of old spare ones, so I thought, well, why don't I use them? So I actually ended up putting it on my roll cage inside the car. So when the camera comes down from ITV to film me before the start of the race and ask me how am I going to get on, how's your start going to be, you've always got all your sponsors everywhere.
And it looks great on track. I mean, you can't miss it.
It's fantastic. Like when I first saw it on the laptop, honestly, it was nothing compared to real life. Yeah, I think I'm scaring people when they look in their mirrors in my car. They're like, ah, Tom's behind me, and then they'll get out of my way.
We're now in one of our race transporters that actually brings the cars with us to the race circuit, and then we take the cars out, and then it ends up being an engineering room where the guys look at data on their laptops. So this is my office, and I'm often in here on a race weekend to have a meeting with drivers and sometimes some of our guests and their sponsors. This is our headset and radio bay, where these are currently on charge, and these are all just hang up ready to go from we have our race tomorrow. And these are used to communicate with the driver, and then the driver can communicate back to their race engineer, And then also, race control can tell our team managers if there is a safety car coming out or if there's been an accident on track. So we get to hear what's going on elsewhere on the circuit if we can't see it. So Mel, what's it like to be working with EXCELR8 on a British touring car as a technician?
Working here at EXCELR8 is amazing. It's a great team to work with, and there's such team effort as well to get the car going and be at the top.
And also, what is it you like about being a technician on the car?
It's more the hands-on job because you feel like you're really getting involved in the car, you're doing all the setups, all the changes, changing the wheel and everything like that. So you're really getting involved, and that's what I enjoy being most.
And what did you study when you were at school?
When I was at school, I didn't actually study anything to do with motorsport or mechanical. So when I had left school, I really wanted to get involved. So I basically asked the touring car team if I could do some work experience. I started off there. I did a year of learning everything, and then I became full-time, and then I've gradually over the years get more and more experience with different teams. And yeah, that's how I kind of got involved in the motorsport.
And we're very lucky you're working with us now.
Thank you.
Hi Tom.
Hello.
Well done for today.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic job.
It was good fun actually, yeah. Qualifying at Donington Park, it was really fast, really fast. We've qualified 4th, and the difference between where we are in 4th and 1st is 6,000ths of a second, which is, it's nothing, it's less than a blink of an eye. I started racing when I was 5 years old.
Wow.
So I have been racing 24 years, which is crazy, which is a hell of a long time. And I've done it for so many years. I think the thing I love about it most is the teamwork that goes together. Everyone's after the same common goal.
Yeah.
And people look at it sometimes as an individual sport because it's just me sat in a car driving around in circles. But the only way I can drive around the track as fast as possible is by having a great team around me.
Yeah.
And that's the thing I love, is being able to bring people together, get the best out of people, and have the highs and the lows and the emotions that go with it. It's the thing that I love most, and it is such a team sport. Okay, so on the truck here, I've got these 4 lights. So what happens, I have an app on my phone, and I use these to warm up before I start. So what I usually do is they last for 60 seconds. Once you've hit them, each one will light up, and the idea is to, as each one lights up, you hit it, gives you a time, and it's a great way to sort of warm up before you get in the car, gets your heart rate up, gets your coordination ready, ready to go out and around the track.
And what would you say is your favourite circuit and why?
Oh, so I really like Knock Hill, which is up in Scotland. It's like a roller coaster. There's some corners you can't see over the top of them. You just you drive towards the sky and hope that there's nothing on the other side. So Knock Hill is one of my favourites. I think another one of my favourites that we go to is Snetterton as well, because it's very different. It's quite a flat circuit, but it's a really difficult circuit to drive. It's very complicated, but 2 circuits, they're very different, but they're probably my 2 favourites.
And you won with us last year.
Exactly right, so that's another reason why they're my choice. We won at both of those. We won at Snet and Knock Hill, so yeah, they're 2 circuits I really enjoy. I've always gone well at, I think that's probably why, but they're great tracks and I love them.
So thanks to all these guys, Bristol Street Motors and everybody else here. Thank you for your continued support, and we are very grateful from the drivers and the team to make this all happen.